Hi, I'm John. This is my show, An American Scheme, where I am proving that Diana Ross is Michael Jackson's actual mother. It's like one of these things that's like, you should be able to hear in my voice how fucking tired I am. And I'm just frustrated, and it's really difficult to even do any of this Michael Jackson stuff anymore. It's really difficult. One of the things that makes it so difficult is because I know there's a whole shitload more of stuff out there. And it's one of these things is that, and I'm going to show you like a part of this just to show you that this is the kind of stuff that I'm exposed to. And it's a lot. And some of it could seem weird and stuff, but I'm telling you that even in the stuff that seems weird, incredible information ends up coming out of this stuff. It's just, but for me to process all of it and then to have to go and research, because there is a thing about this video right here. I haven't found, I'm going to show you a picture, okay? So I haven't found the exact photo match, right? Which means technically this whole process of this video and this investigation could be wrong, right? But I think it's right and stuff, and I see the corresponding evidence, but boy does it match up to the story. That's why it's like, holy shit, it's like, oh my God, right? It's just so intriguing. And so I just am struggling to be able to find the time to be able to, there's parts of like the investigation, like I said, I needed to find the exact photo to match up, to be 100% positive, because I have done other things before where I've done this stuff and I've investigated, but then something changes, or when I find some other information, it ends up being kind of wrong. And then like to take the time to explain this stuff in another video, it's just really, really difficult, right? So there's just things are really different. Like just like talking about like time and issues and how bad I'm struggling and stuff, right? So like right now, I basically only take a shower one day a week, right? One day a week I take a shower, and then when I take a shower, so I have to shave. So I shave like one day a week. I take a shower, and then my skin now, I don't know exactly what's going on. It's one of those things that I can't ever take care of myself and stuff. Any health issues I have to put beside. I can't take care of myself. I have to take care of other people and do other things and stuff, right? So then what gets put on the back burner and stuff is me taking care of myself, right? I always have to push back anything and take care of myself. So I always have problems. So I have some kind of problem with my skin. I don't know exactly what's going on. But generally, as long as I put lotion on, all over my body and stuff after I take a shower, that generally keeps everything in control and stuff, right? But if I don't do that, then I'll start having like little skin issues and stuff, like little rash thing, whatever it is and stuff, right? And so, like I said, I have to put the lotion and stuff, right? He puts the lotion on the skin. Okay, so, but that takes time. So for me to shave, and then like right now I shave my head with I use the number 1 attachment, so there's just like a little bit of fuzz on my head. I really love having my hair short and stuff, right? Because even when it's like right now my hair is really short, but it's long compared to the way I keep it, right? I keep it really short with the number 1 clipper. And it's one of those funny things with with the number 1 clipper with my hair. It's like I said, because I'm not trying to be fancy and look all pretty, and I'm just looking, it's like time issues and things and just manageable. And so like in the morning, I take some water and rub it on my head, and it's like, okay, my hair's done. That's all I gotta do and shit, right? Okay, so like right now I need to cut my hair too. So like this next shower that I need to take, I need to shave my head, then I gotta take a shower, and then I have to put the lotion all on, and then I have to let the lotion dry, because I put lotion all over, and I kind of put it on kind of semi-heavy and shit, right? So it takes a good almost hour for it to actually dry, where I feel like, okay, it's soaked in, it's dry enough, it's not going to be rubbing all off and shit, right? So, that's like 2 hours. For me to get that done, it takes like 2 fucking hours. And for me to find that time it's really, really hard. And like, so like right now, it's like I'm way past a week. I don't even know how long it's been since I take a shower. But like, you know, I don't have a thick beard. I just look scruffy. But my mustache and like the goatee and shit gets pretty thick and shit pretty fast. So right now it's like I'm getting a thick mustache and my goatee stuff, and so it's like, which I like, I always keep it shaved. I always shave and stuff, right? I always keep it shaved and stuff, right? So, and then it's like, because then when you go to shave, once the hair gets longer, it's like, if the razor's not really sharp, then it fucking hurts and shit, right? So it's better to, it's just like, just problems. Like I said, I'm just struggling and shit, right? Just everything's such a fucking struggle and stuff. And then, like I said, then there's this kind of thing that's going to occur, what I'm going to show to you. And to do the investigation, and I already know where it links up to, and it's like, God damn it. This is the kind of stuff that's like, God damn. But I want this information. I'm so happy that this person sparked this new focus, this new thought. I'm going to show you here what happened. So, I'm showing you here right on the Smooth Criminal. I'm using this to talk because it's a better picture, but it's as he goes up the stairs is where the issue is going to occur. But let me show you how this starts and stuff, what this happens. And showing you this is like, this is the kind of stuff that I'm exposed to, but, you know, you guys and most of the other people, you're not even aware that these are kind of conversations that happen, and people are giving me this information, and a lot of this stuff doesn't make it into videos and stuff. It's just information I have. And there's a lot of really good stuff that I have never put into videos because it ends up being too much. It's one of those things that's like, it's really good, but I start looking and then I start going down the rabbit hole, and it just keeps going. And it keeps going, and it keeps going, and it just keeps going and going and going, to where then I get intimidated, and then I just never make a video about it, because it's like, okay, now to make the video I'd have to go back through that whole process and go down that whole rabbit hole again. And it's just like, you know, I'm getting to the point where it's like I'm getting to overload. I'm about to like shut down, right? It's just really difficult. So this is a new person who's come across my page recently, and I do believe that they're a Michael Jackson fan. I think this person's from India. They're from the country India. Because they don't speak English perfectly, so it's for them to watch my videos and stuff. This person asked me to put up subtitles. And it's like one of those things. So I looked into it, but I think that the way I saw it, it wasn't like I just clicked a button. The thing was telling me to like write out all the words I'm saying, to type it out. I don't know. Which seems wrong. There's probably an easy way. I probably just need to watch another video. It's probably just some button I need to click. But it's like one of those things. I have to actually go and search. And like I said, I tried it once, but it was telling me to like type out all the words and stuff. And I'm like, shit, I can't do that, right? So I don't know, it's just like I said, there's just things that are just so incredibly easy for other people are just fucking difficult for me, right? So this person, what's interesting is because they've come across some of my videos where I'm calling Michael Jackson evil and saying bad things about him technically, and they don't know about my whole process of what I've gone through. And part of the reason why I make those videos is because I want to scream at the Michael Jackson fans, and I want to chase off those fake Michael Jackson fans, because if that's the kind of thing that deters you from looking into my story, then I don't want you around, right? I don't want those people around. Fuck those loser fake Michael Jackson fans. Fuck those idiots. And so I do that shit intentionally, right? And so this person has come across some of those videos and has kind of been like, they don't know exactly and stuff, right? They wanted to hear more and ask questions and stuff. Maybe they don't know exactly what I'm saying. But the person knows that the overall story of what I'm doing in the investigation is really good. So this person's just come around, like when last month, this person's come around my page. But they've been posting a lot of comments. They've been watching a lot of my videos and stuff, right? So I can tell that they are interested in the story. They like the story. They know that this is interesting. The investigation, what I'm doing, is really interesting. It's totally different than anything that anybody else has done, right? So this person keeps asking me questions, and then they're also giving me information and stuff, right? But so this person today showed me something today that's like, and that's what I'm saying. Then next thing you know, this person is showing me something. And I'm like, I'm John, right? I'm an American scheme. And then, but this person has just come across, next thing you know, they're showing me the stuff, and I'm just like, God damn it. Here we go down this other rabbit hole that was right there. But that's one of the things that I've always wanted to happen, is I've known that other people see things and they've got their own information, and by sparking this thought in their head, it's going to start getting them to see things. And I wanted that to happen so that they could feed me this good information and stuff. I wanted that to happen. But like I said, I'm at the point now where I'm just really pressed for time and stressed out. I'm like overloading on this stuff. I'm about to break down and stuff. And, you know, I just keep in here, coming in and fighting the best I can and doing what I can. But I'm breaking down, you know. I'm stressed the fuck out. I'm breaking down, you know. I don't know. So I just kind of, but stuff like this, something like this one, it's like, okay, if this is there, if what I'm going to show you, if it is there, it's big, right? And it's got a big rabbit hole down it too that goes down. It's like, it's crazy and shit, right? So let me read you the first comment. This person. So this is a person goes by the handle SkyBlue2929. Okay, so this is the person. They said, in the clip of Smooth Criminal, there are pictures of boxers on the wall in the section where Michael goes up the stairs and dances with the woman there. One of them is shown very clearly in the video. Boxer Joseph William Joe Frazier, nickname Smokin' Joe. Taken from the French word smoking means taken from the French word smoking, men's jacket with no tail worn on semi-formal occasions. See what I'm saying? This person, they start saying stuff, but then they also throw in this other stuff, and it gets crazy, right? And so that's what I'm saying, is this is the kind of stuff I'm exposed to, that people send me stuff. It gets crazy shit, but it's really good information, but it's tricky. It's wild. But the name stuff of like, there's what it is, that what this is the picture and the name attached to it stuff. It's mind-blowing shit, right? It gets deep fucking crazy. Okay, so he says, for the men's jacket with no tail worn on semi-formal occasions. This word is taken from English idiom smoking jacket, a type of smoking jacket that was fashionable in the 1870s. This idiom is with the plussing, I'm not sure exactly what the plussing suffix from the English verb smoke. See, that's weird. Like, it's like this person tells me they don't speak English so well, they can't, but it's like, goddamn, you speak English better than I do. It's just really funny. This kind of shit is like, what? It's like, what do you mean you don't speak English? You sound like you're a goddamn fucking English fucking professor and shit. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that's just like, life is so funny, and this is one of these weird things that's just so enjoyable about the internet, being able to have these interactions with people that live on the other side of the world and shit, right? It's just really, it's really funny and shit, right? And it's just funny how the one thought transitions to, that's what I'm saying about like the rabbit holes and stuff, right? It's like the one thought transitions to another thought. It just sparks all these thoughts. And that's the beauty of this story, of how it opens up the mind and gets people thinking about all kinds of shit. That's okay, so this idiom with the plussing suffix from the English verb smoke, to smoke, derived, to smoke, derived. John, I don't know if you mentioned that. It's like, no, I don't think I mentioned that before. Fucking shit is funny, man. It is so funny. So, John, I don't know if you mentioned that, because I haven't watched all your videos yet. Also, when some videos don't have subtitles, my job gets a little harder. Anyways, we'll handle it somehow, right? That's what I'm saying. When I get these comments like this, it's like, okay, now I got to deal with this, because it did say the thing about the picture and being the Joe Frazier and the Smokin' Joe. Okay, because also Smokey Robinson. Okay, so Smokey Robinson's real name is William, but his nickname is Smokey Joe, right? That's his. So that's why I got the Smokey, but it's actually Smokey Joe. Okay, so this right here, and then it's the Joe Frazier, that it's a boxer, because Berry Gordy was a boxer. And then he moved to the music stuff, and that's where, like, I say that Berry Gordy met Joe Jackson is because they were both fighting at the same time in the Golden Gloves. They're the same age. And so like the boxing thing, this stuff is just like, okay, this sparked my interest, right? There's like instantly I'm like already seeing like, okay, what's this and stuff, right? And so then I said, that sounds very interesting. I'll look into it. And the person says, I will help you as much as I can. And then I say, look at this link at 328 and tell me if that's the picture with the shirt that says USA is what you were talking about. And if so, how do you know that was Joe Frazier? So I put the link to the Smooth Criminal video and to the actual point of the picture to make sure we're talking exactly about the same photo, because when I instantly look at the photo, I don't instantly see Joe Frazier. That's my other problem. Okay, so when I saw the photo, I didn't instantly know it was Joe Frazier. But now that I'm looking at the photo, when I show you other things, instantly it starts sparking to me, you know what? Something about that picture is weird, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit more when we go to the photo. I'm going to show you like, you know what, but that photo is weird. It doesn't fit there. It doesn't belong. And if it's Joe Frazier, it sure as hell fucking does not belong in that video, because it's the date of it. The dates totally do not line up. Joe Frazier, which is born in 1944, which is also Diana Ross is born in 1944. Okay, but in the Smooth Criminal. Okay, so let me read through this and I'll get to that when we get to the Smooth Criminal. I'll talk about the dates and stuff, right? And then the person says, oh, there's a read more on that too. Let me click on that because there's all this stuff, this person. Okay, so the person says, I forgot to add that I read somewhere about Michael repeating the chorus 46 times. Now, this is like another one of those things. Like I said, this is the kind of stuff people tell me about, and it's like, okay, well, that's interesting, but I don't even know where to start with it. I don't even know what do I do with this and stuff, right? So he says, I forgot to add that I read somewhere about Michael repeating the chorus 46 times. Annie, are you okay? Michael Jackson asked 46 times during Smooth Criminal, are you okay? Humans have 46 chromosomes. 22 of them are double autosome chromosomes. There is also one pair of sexual chromosomes in the human cell, and the total number is 46. Sex chromosomes are XX in female and XY in males. During fertilization, the 23 chromosomes in the mother's egg fuse with the 23 chromosomes in the father's sperms. These 46 chromosomes play a decisive role in a person's life. See what I'm saying about like the comments of what I get and stuff, right? It's like, what am I going to do with that, right? I mean, it's interesting stuff though. It's like, you know, it's like, okay, they're talking about the conception of a child and stuff, right? There's what's the person saying here. They're relating to the number of how many times Michael, the Annie, are you okay? Relating that to the number of chromosomes in the process of development of a child. Now, see, it's interesting, but how do I translate that and put it into a video? And so, but I'm saying also is that I get stuff like this all the time that people are never, you guys are not even aware of how much stuff like this that people send me. And isn't it hilarious that this person tells me that they don't speak English too well? It's like, you seem to fucking write it really well and stuff, right? It's just so funny, this kind of the stuff that happens, right? So the person says, okay, so then I asked him, okay, so because there's the other, because I asked, how do you know that that's Joe Frazier in the picture? That's what I said. I said, how did you know that? How did you, because I don't, even when I look at it, when I'm looking at it as it's Joe Frazier, I'm still not positive. So I'm like, well, if I can, I know Joe Frazier. I know a lot about Joe Frazier, right? I'm a boxing fan, right? So I know who the fuck Joe Frazier is, right? But when I look at the picture, I don't instantly, because it's a young Joe Frazier, so it doesn't totally stand out to me, right? So I'm like, well, if I don't totally clearly see it, I'm like, well, how do you fucking see that, right? So the person said, I was researching Smokey Joe, but I wrote it as a boxer, so it was like this. So it's a little weird. Yes, I found it by searching all the pictures that said USA on his shirt. So the person searched with, this person was somehow, for some reason, started searching I don't know if they were searching Smokey Joe because of Smokey Robinson, and then they were looking at that USC. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, how did you even find that? How does this even happen? And it's like, it's still 100% not clear. Like I said, the person says right there. So it's a little weird. Yeah, it is a little weird. It was tricky. Like, how did you find that? And that's what I'm saying. I still haven't 100% corroborated that it is Joe Frazier, but I do believe it is. And I looked at it and I saw other stuff. I looked up Joe Frazier's Olympics stuff, and I looked at other pictures, and then I was searching also to find. I couldn't find the information. I was trying to find the information about the first black boxer to fight for America in the Olympics. I was trying to find out what year that occurred so that I would know that if it could have possibly have taken place like in the 20s or 30s. I don't know what year the first black boxer appeared for fighting for the Olympics for America. I was trying to look that up, but like I said, some of the stuff's not so easy to find. I have to search more and stuff. But I was trying to find that to see like what year, to see, things like that anyways, to find out, because I'm trying to find out who that boxer is exactly and shit, right? So then I said, it's odd for Joe Frazier to be in that club because that scene is set in the 20s or 30s, and Joe was not born until 44. And I said, now that I think about it, Diana Ross was born in 44. So that's what happens. Like, as I'm talking, that's why I talk through things, and it's the process of making videos like this, is because once you put the information out and you start talking through it, then it sparks these other thoughts. And so that's why my videos don't always have to be perfect, because what I'm trying to do is just spark the thoughts process to begin in people, trying to get them to think, and you'll see that it leads to other thoughts, right? So the person says, yes, I thought the same thing when I saw his birthday, right? So then, okay, so we're gonna go here to the Smooth Criminal video. Okay, so this is Smooth Criminal video. We'll go right up here. So also, this is also the official video, which is the 9-minute version, because I clicked on like the short version of the Smooth Criminal video, and at this point where it goes up there and the woman, it skips right over that part. It completely skips over it, but when I go back now, I'm going to show you, there's a lot there. There's a lot, and it's like, it's crazy. So here, so he's going up the stairs, right? And here's the woman, and then, now, here's the part here with the woman. Now, here's the photo he's talking about. Okay, so now when I look at that photo and I'm still like not sure. Okay, it's still the kind of thing. That's the kind of thing about this, is that I need to find that exact photo to know that it's Joe Frazier for sure. Okay, which the person was saying that, maybe the person was saying they searched for Smoking Joe with USA, and now I don't know if because he did that, I don't know if just some other picture came up with, which let me show you, like this. Okay, like this. Okay, so here's Joe Frazier, and you can see there he's got his USA shirt, he's got his gold medal because he won the gold medal in the Olympics and shit, right? So now I could find this picture, and I do think it does look this. I think it is Joe Frazier in that picture, right? But I didn't find the exact photo. Okay, so this exact photo, the exact one, I didn't find that exact photo, which I need to do to know for sure. So I don't know if this person, when they saw that, did they find like the picture I just showed you, and they're just saying, because that came up with Smoking Joe and he had the USA shirt, are they just saying that this is Smoking Joe? See, this is the problem with the video, and like I totally admit to it. This whole video and this thought process thing could be totally wrong, but there's more to it, because this is what happens once they show me that. I'm seeing other shit too. There's other shit here, what I'm showing you, which matches up. And this is what makes things really, really confusing and shit, right? But so what I need to do is I need to find that exact fucking photo to know for sure that that's Joe Frazier, right? And if it is, then it's a big, super big rabbit hole deal. But until I find that exact photo, because that's what I'll do. My next time I'll be searching. I'll keep looking. I'll just keep searching and searching. I'll be trying my best to find that exact photo, because that's what I need to find. But that photo, it might be a photo that I never can find, because maybe it's a photo that was taken from an actual fight. Maybe it's kind of like an original photo. Maybe I don't ever find it. But here's the thing, I was talking about the dates. Now, Michael Jackson in The Smooth Criminal. Okay, so what happened in America is we had the thing called the Roaring Twenties, okay? So they call it the Roaring Twenties, which is a thing that when you see a lot of the club scenes, like what you'll see here, you'll think that that's from the Roaring Twenties, okay? But it's not the Roaring Twenties. What it actually is Depression era and Prohibition era in the 30s. That's what it actually is. These clubs are like the speakeasy clubs, and the alcohol had been made illegal, and you have the large gangster element, like the Al Capone, the Capone gangsters with the Prohibition, and they're selling alcohol, and they had these clubs called the speakeasy clubs, right? So that's why you have like this gangster element taking place in this club. So, and then also in the movie The Moonwalker, that's why the children, those children, I always call them, those are Depression era kids, and which relates to like orphan kids that don't have parents. And that's why I show you that this era of what Michael's showing is so important and stuff, right? So what I think is that, and so what happened is that they had the Roaring Twenties, then I believe it's like 1929, they had the stock market crash, which caused the Great Depression throughout the 1930s, which is known as Depression era. But like I said, also in that era, they then outlawed alcohol, so you also have Prohibition era. And then so you have Depression era and Prohibition era, which sparked these speakeasy clubs, which appears to be the era of what the time of the Smooth Criminal, the era of where this is occurring in the Michael Jackson Smooth Criminal. This looks like to me to be 1930s Depression era, Prohibition era in a speakeasy type of club, right? That looks to be the setting of where this is occurring. Okay, so if the setting of this is taking place in the 30s, and if that photograph is Joe Frazier, who was born in 1944, it does not fit in that club, right? That's what I'm saying. Is like, if that is Joe Frazier, it definitely does not fit into the club, which means it's placed there for a reason. And look at the placement of it right here with this woman, and that photo is right there. Now, the woman, I've shown this before, that woman in that moment, if you look at here, this is the movie Diana Ross did called Mahogany, right? And it says, "Do you know where you're going to?" And it says, "Theme from Mahogany," Diana Ross. This is the movie she did in one of the songs, right? And so this looks like maybe a cover of an album and stuff, something I've just pulled up and this came up. But when you look at it really close, if you look at like the way see her headdress, see how it's got like studs on it, like sparkly studs and stuff? The way it looks like it's also from that Depression era, the speakeasy era, the kind of clothing that you would wear like that. Like that woman is representing, I've shown that looks like a representation of Diana Ross in that part of Smooth Criminal. Right, I've shown that before because of that headdress and its relation to mahogany and stuff, right? So it's like, so in this little spot where this picture over here is that could be Smoking Joe Frazier, right? That this is when he's speaking to this woman who's got that headdress on, who has the appearance of a Diana Ross. So that's what I'm saying. If that's Joe Frazier and then that woman has that headdress looking like Diana Ross, right there you have Smokey Robinson and Diana Ross, right? And then this part, watch here in the video, the woman is going to reach into Michael's pocket and she picks his pocket, okay? So watch this part right here. Watch her hand. Right there, see how her hand's going right into his pocket. So while this is occurring, see how the Smokin' Joe picture's there. There's the picture of Diana. Like when you look at it like that, that looks like Diana Ross. Like just looking at that part, right? So then the girl picks his pocket, boom, right? Then the other little part about that, I'll show you. Okay, so Michael's outfit, right? This is, okay, so this is from Mahogany. Let me go down to another. So then this is also a picture from Mahogany, okay? So from the movie Mahogany, this is also an outfit which I've shown you that Diana Ross has this outfit on, which looks eerily similar to Michael Jackson's Smooth Criminal outfit, right? There's Diana Ross, and then there's Michael Jackson with the Smooth Criminal outfit, right? Well, you can't see it there that good. It's out of focus, whatever. Okay, good enough. Okay, but that's what I'm saying. It's like, so there's, you have like the Diana Ross and the Mahogany. So in that, Diana Ross also wears this outfit, which is like, looks like the Smooth Criminal outfit. That's what I'm saying. It's like, dude, that's what I'm saying about these rabbit holes and stuff, is that this one little picture, this one little spot, and then with her picking his pocket, right? With her picking his pocket, then there's other things. I could show you other things that shows you that relates to that, to with Michael and Diana. And it's like, whoa, what the fuck is this, right? That's what I'm saying about these rabbit holes and this information sparked by the one person identifying that picture as Joe Frazier. And like I said, I haven't 100% corroborated that that is Joe Frazier, but I have shown that yes, he was in the Olympics. And it does look like him, but I need to find that exact picture to know for sure, to 100% nail it down, or I need somebody else to corroborate to say that they know that that is Joe Frazier. Because like I said, I'm still not 100% positive that that is Joe Frazier, but I'm super interested that it does interest me, and I think it damn well sure could be. And if it is Joe Frazier, it's a fucking deep rabbit hole. And like I said, with this whole scene, with the headdress that the woman is wearing, with the outfit that Michael's got on, what's taking place in this little scene, the way she's picking his pocket and shit, right? It's just like, boy, this is really interesting and shit, right? So I had to just get this out into a video to let you guys know that this is the kind of things that happen, and I try my best to put out the best information I can at the time. And like I said, I think this is there, but it's one of those things that I have to make sure I make clear that I haven't found that exact photo. Because usually what happens when I go looking for photos, I'll find the exact photo, right? Or I'll find the exact image, you know? And but I haven't done that yet. But I did, you know, like I showed you the Joe Frazier in his Olympic uniform, and it looks very similar. But even anything, when you just look at it as that boxer being in that era, it is out of place. To me, it looks out of place having him with the USA. And that's why that photo, why you would put him in the USA shirt, because it would symbolize that it's out of place. I think that's what symbolizes it, to make you look at that. Like, why is he wearing an Olympic shirt back in the 30s, being a black man in the 30s? It just, something about it looks wrong, right? Which makes me think that it's placed there to be out of place, and it is a sign, and it is a clue to express other thoughts about what's going on. Like I said, if that's Joe Frazier, smoking Joe Frazier, and like I've never even looked, I didn't know that Joe Frazier's name is William. I didn't even know that there's a thing there. I have to go back and look at Joe Frazier's. I need to see his name's William and stuff, right? Because that's Smokey's real name, right? So if that's all there, it's a goddamn fucking holy shit. Fucking, oh my God, it's a big fucking deal. And because it was so big, yes, I want it to be true. Because like I said, I already see the other stuff with the Diana Ross stuff and the outfit that Michael's wearing. I already know that other stuff is also existing right at this scene too, right? And then I just noticed that she picked his pocket because I hadn't seen that before, right? So it's just like, yeah, it looks like there's a lot going on right here. But it's like that thing, if that is Joe Frazier, I have to go find that exact photo, or have somebody who can tell me for sure that that's Joe Frazier. Or, like I said, I tried to look up Olympic boxing to see when the first black people, to see what the dates, because black heavyweights were fighting much before this. In the early 1900s, you had black heavyweight boxing champions in America. And then I know that you had the Jesse Owens, who was the track runner, who was running when they were doing the Olympics in Germany, when Hitler was president. I know Jesse Owens was running, so I know that there were black athletes in the Olympics in this era, which that could be a kind of thing of why he put it there, thinking that it wouldn't look too odd. But maybe there is something odd about it, because I don't know when the first boxers started fighting for the Olympics and stuff, right? I need to find that actually out, because if we find out that there was no boxers, no black boxers fighting for the USA Olympic team until like the 1940s or something, then we know that this picture is out of place, that it's not set in the right era. So like I said, I need to still do more research. I'm looking into it. I have an idea. I know where I need to look, where I can find out good information and good facts. But from right now, to start this off, yeah, it was really interesting. Like I said, if that's Joe Frazier, it's a holy fucking shit thing, right? To me, it's like one of those things, it's like, that's proof about my story, about what I've been saying. This little clip here would show way too much stuff for it to be a mistake, and it has to be placed there on purpose by Michael Jackson and for a reason and shit, right? Which directly relates to the story of what I'm telling, which if Michael Jackson's a Jackson, then none of this story makes any sense. That's the thing. So for it to actually be there, the only reason it could be there is if my story's true. And this is like what I'm trying to show to the people, that these kind of things can't exist unless my story's true. Because there is no reason for this kind of stuff to be here unless my story's true. You know, so we'll see how it goes and stuff. I'll look into it more and stuff, but I just wanted to get this out there and stuff right now, okay? Talk to you guys later. Bye.